As of tomorrow, active duty members of the military and National Guard will be required to serve without pay, so they must have been especially thrilled to be called to a mandatory meeting with our Secretary of War / weekend host of Fox and Friends, Pete Hegseth, today. All the top military leaders were pulled off the front lines in Portland and Washington, D.C., and summoned to Quantico for a pep talk with Pete.
Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O.
That was some speech. Usually when a big group of people gather in a room for Pete Hegseth, it's an intervention, but this was a no-mercy type of affair. Hegseth said, we're getting rid of DEI in the military, we're getting rid of dudes in dresses. He said there will be no more beardos, which is what weird people call men with beards, and just as it said on Pete's Tinder profile, no fatties allowed.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
Listen up, generals. I want to make something very clear. The Pillsbury Dope president wants you to do Pilates. The only push-ups Donald Trump does are from the side of an ice cream truck. If you get so fat you start breaking escalators, you are unfit to serve in the military. Unfortunately, fantasy is more powerful than reality in this MAGA sphere we live in, which meant it was time for our commander-in-cheeseburger to weigh in on one of the most pressing issues our military faces today, unattractive battleships.
You know, in the Second World War, they were freighters of different types, but we were doing a ship a day, and now we don't do ships. And I'm not a fan of some of the ships you do. I'm a very aesthetic person, and I don't like some of the ships you're doing aesthetically. They say, oh, it's stealth. I say, that's not stealth. An ugly ship is not necessary in order to say you're stealth.
Is he planning to have sex with these ships?
I moved a submarine or two, I won't say about the two, over to the coast of Russia, just to be careful, because we can't let people throw around that word. I call it the N-word. There are two N-words, and you can't use either of them. Can't use either of them.
No matter how much he would like to, he's unable to use either of them. What is this man doing? He gathered all the generals from everywhere around the world to muse about the N-word and hot ships. What a shiphead this guy is.
Why gather all the generals in one place for a speech?
Well, this is only an esprit de corps. You know what esprit de corps is? This is only a spirit. We're going to be talking to him, but this was the one time we had to do a great spiritizing. It's going to be great.
He always sounds so smart. You know, we're spiritizing. We're doing some spiritizing, then a little inspirunating, maybe some motivation at the end of that. No politician has been goofing on our president more than our governor back home in California. Gavin Newsom today posted on the subject of our military being overweight. He said, I guess the commander-in-chief needs to go.